Good morning, my name is Nick Gillett from Tulloch Farm Machines. We'd like to showcase two pieces of equipment for you today. One of them is the front mount mower from Krone from Germany, and the other one will be Einbach that we'll talk about a bit later. One of the special features about this front mower from Krone is the very unique concept that they've developed. Over the years, front mowers have been a problem because of the situation in the front of the tractor. They're very vulnerable to damage. But and everyone's developed what we call a trailing linkage, as you can see from this, where the linkage from the front of the tractor trails the mower across the ground. But in 2003, Krone came up with a new idea and had a push type mower, which we'll have a look at later. But this new concept is the same body of mower, and you can order either a trailing linkage or a push linkage, as you'll see. So you can see this linkage that hangs over the front here is now the new Krone pull type that they've now introduced into the system, but they still offer the push type. And the reason they've done that is over the years, since 2003, they've developed a good clientele of people who swear by the system of the push type, which has many advantages. But Krone, having realised that there's a big number of people who like the pull type, decided let's have the best of both worlds. And the customer can say, well, he likes the Krone mower and the cutter bar system, but he would prefer either the pull type system or the push type. Right, so now here we have the push style front mount mower from Krone, and as you can see, it hasn't got that big massive frame over the front, and it's a standard push type mower. So this is really exciting for us that we now have really the best of both worlds, and we've got the springs here that help to work the ground control, pressure control, and of course incorporated into the push type mower we have a telescopic top link that takes care of undulations when the cutter bar comes into a rise in the paddock. The top link telescopes and takes that out of it so that you don't have a smash up or avoid damage on the cutter bar. So front mount, exactly the same frame, but either a push type headstock or, as we saw earlier, the pull type headstock. Right, the second piece of equipment that we'd like to talk about today is the row guidance system from Einbach, operated by a camera. So this is really for people who've got specialist crops and who want to go sort of chemical free, as it were. So mechanical weed control and camera guided for ultra precision. Camera guided system, it's real time, so the camera looks down at the crop and detects where the crop is, and then the camera guided system then shifts the frame here to get the cultivator in line with the crop. So what happens is the tractor will come and reverse up, pick up the hitch frame here. You then reverse your hitch frame up to your cultivator, whatever cultivator it is. The camera is mounted on the cultivator, and then the system, with the camera detecting where the row of maize or fodder beet or beans or whatever it is, detects where it is. The information coming through from the camera and ground speed detected from a ground wheel gives it real-time information that it's going along, it sees a row, it sees a kink in the row, and it can calculate where the kink in the row is. So when the cultivator gets to the kink, shifts it across to the side and back. It is very accurate. We've had some extremely good success with it. People doing up to 40 hectares a day in squash with 3-row cultivator, and that's at a 1.5 metre spacing, being extremely accurate and very, very close to the plant. So it's very accurate, it's more accurate than GPS, bearing in mind that you've got a crop in the ground, you cannot afford to have a mistake. Sometimes with satellites you can have issues and it drops a signal and you could lose your crop, but this is real time, and as long as you're in daylight it'll work perfectly well. If you want to go into nighttime work, you can get optional lights that will fit on here, xenon lights that'll shine down on the crop.